Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. And today I'll talk about UI GDS. Now, why suddenly I am talking about UI is because I have seen there are a couple of fresher hiring currently going on for 2023 BTech batches across India, and UI is providing good package. I mean, 4.8 on average, but it varies uh, colleges to colleges. And there are a couple of external hiring lateral entries also that I have seen. So I believe, it's a good time for me to discuss certain points that you perhaps don't know if you are planning to join UIGDS. And if you are freshers, you have multiple offers, you are skeptical a bit whether you should join TCS or Accenture or ENY. So I can give you a small insight about it. And again, this will be my personal opinion. You might have a different opinion altogether. Welcome. You can write it in the comment below. This is based on my personal experience and opinion, and whatever information available over internet. So let's talk about UIGDS. So UIGDS is Global Delivery Center. It's not UI India. UI India has very specific client, inside India. I mean, sometimes UI India does provide good development project, but GDS operates across globe, China, UK, also like some other European country. They have a specific region where they have project. US also. Okay. Now, I just wanted to limit my discussion within UI consulting, basically technical consulting, because if you are from CA or MBA background, joining UI assurance and tax, that is perhaps the best choice for you, like Deloitte, PwC, EY, and KPMG. But I'm talking about the engineers, basically those who are planning to join tech consulting. So in tech consulting, UI has a lot of verticals, like they have digital engineering technology, where they have cloud, they have emerging technology, they have advanced engineering, they have few other verticals as well. So and while you are joining, you do not have any control. You will be tagged to a vertical and you have to work inside that vertical. So that is what UIGTS does. This is nothing but a consulting company, so you have to work for a client, and also you have to contribute for your vertical. So suppose you join inside advanced engineering, so you have to say work for certain XYZ bank, and on top of it you have to contribute for your advanced engineering competency as well. So that is slightly different than other companies, because let's assume if you are joined Cognizant. So in Cognizant you have to tag to a client, and that is it. You need not to work more for your competency. Maybe you are from, say, maybe your vertical is for, say, BFSI, but you need not to explicitly do much about BFSI. So if you are doing, your day-to-day activity with the client, that is sufficient. So here it is slightly more overhead that you have to be mindful. Now, appraisal and rating. Now, since UI, this year-end appraisal has already released, so they have a five-star, bell curve system. So five is the highest. Only 5 to 10%, very less people will get this, rating. And this rating will basically, people are from, they're close to their leadership team, they will get it. So for an example, UI GDS majorly operates from Bangalore. So if you are in Bangalore, will have a good visibility. If you are in Kerala, you would have better visibility. But if you are have other than this location, you might have less visibility, and chances of getting a higher band is very difficult. Now, there is one more band which is basically 4. We call it D, and then that is also a very good band. But again, getting that band is difficult. And also one more point is, there are certain competency where getting a good band is very difficult. Some competency they usually provide good band because their revenue is better, but for some competency, even if you are doing good, you won't be able to get a good band. Now coming back to the next rating is 3. C is the like average or default rating. So if you are, inside a project, if you did amazing job, if you have done certification, all the learning, so most likely you'll get 3 rating in UIGDS. And for some extreme, exceptional case, you can get 4 or 5. So that is all about the rating. But there are two more ratings. One is uh, second, and 2 and 1. So 2 is basically, need improvement. Like if you have spent year and 1 year, and if you are not in a project, or if you're if you're in a project and your performance is not up to the mark, usually that doesn't happen. And or maybe, if you haven't done any training and certification, those there is a requirement of 40 CEP credit that you have to earn by doing the learning. Basically you have to complete one badge, one certification, so those are basically criteria. So if you haven't met those criteria, there is a possibility you can get two. So in that two you won't get any hike, and there is a chance that they can put you in PIP, performance improvement plan. So this is the two, but two is again very unlikely like one. So getting fast rating, top rating is very unlikely, getting two is very unlikely at, and one is usually, I mean, it's an exceptional case, possibly if it is a disciplinary action or something, there it might comes, but I mean, one I haven't seen anybody. Now comes to variable pay, very interesting part. Now if you're in big four, specifically UI, so that is something which is quite attractive. So if you say, let's assume if you're offered, if you UI offered the CTC of 10 lakh, that means your fixed component will be 10 lakh. They won't talk about the variable pay inside the CTC. So if variable pay could be from one, like 10% to 30% all the way. So if your rating is 5, so you'll get 30%. 30% means 3 lakhs. So your salary would be your, though your fixed pay is 10 lakhs, but eventually your CTC will be 13 lakhs. Similarly for fourth rating, you'll get 20%. For third rating you'll get 10%. That is the most most awarded rating in ENY, 10%. And then for other rating it will be 0. So variable pay is pretty interesting, and it usually given in this August salary. So by this August salary, people would have received the variable pay amount. And if you just spend 2-3 months, you will be able to get variable pay. If you are active on in the payroll, no matter it's, if you are resigned employee also, you'll receive the variable pay if you are active till August end. So there is no such condition, in some companies, if you resign, so they won't get give the variable pay. So that is not the case in ENY. But having said this, there is a catch. Basically they provide variable pay once in a year. So if you are there till August, then you will get. But from some other company like Accenture, Wipro, TCS, they provide either quarterly or half yearly. So if you're resigning in middle, still you'll get half variable pay. But here this is not the case. You have to be available for entire year, and that is the most interesting and exciting part. Now hike and promotion. Now point to be noted that UI usually provides a good hike. Earlier they used to provide a good hike, but since last 2 years the hike is not that better, at least for consulting firm. But their hike is quite good in assurance and tax specifically, but because that is their main business. So in consulting firm the hike is not transparent. So if you got highest rating, you may get less hike. So their hike as per UNY, basically their hike is not at all associated with the rating. But somehow I have observed, what I feel like it is also associated. So if you got 5 rating, most likely you'll get hike between 10 to 18%. If you got a promotion along with that, so it might be 24%, even higher than that, but usually it's more than 10%. So if you have 5th rating, you may expect a double digit hike. Now if you are at 4th rating, maybe you will get 8 to 10% hike, sometimes 12%, but on an average 8-9% you can think. And for third rating you'll get 5%. Now 5% may become 3%, 5% may become 6 to 8%. It depends on your competencies, performance or vertical performance. So that is about hike. Hike is not that good. That used to happen in 2014-15, where people used to get 15%, 18% hike. But those golden days are those are gone. Basically you won't expect a double digit hike if you are not promoted, or if you are not receive fifth. Now the next point is promotion. Usually yearly promotion is present, so it requires 2 years usually. I have seen people getting promotion in 1 year. If they are too much visible to their leadership, they are working with the leadership directly, there is a chance of getting promotion. And people are working with lot of reusable assets, lot of POCs, lot of hackathon and all the other stuff, and they have a huge visibility. Then there is a possibility that they get early promotion, but usually it requires 2 to 3 years, sometimes even more. So there is no such hard and fast rule that you'll get a promotion within 2 years. And if you are at, if your promotion is designation change, suppose they have a staff, senior manager, this designation, and inside those they have three other uh, stuff, you have senior one, senior two, senior three. So senior one to senior three may become within 2 years you may get, but to from senior to manager will take some time, from manager to senior manager may take some time. So that is a catch basically. And let's talk about opportunity now. The opportunity, I mean, so if you are joining UI, you will get a tag of big four. That is, I believe, the only thing that will get. If you talk about project wise, it is, I believe, ENY still struggling to get a good client. If I talk about Accenture, they have perhaps the best client in the industry. Like if you talk about TCS, Accenture, Cognizant, Wipro, Infosys, EY, Deloitte. So like Accenture, and then I believe TCS, then Infosys. So these are the company who has lot of fortune clients. I mean, Accenture have more than maybe has more than maybe 100 fortune clients. So don't expect good clients. And since they have a lot of financial clients basically from US, so possibly you may have to work in legacy technology. They might not very open for cutting edge cloud technology. So that is one point that you have to remember. And they usually expect a full stack. So if you're a backend developer, working for Java, Spring Boot, or Python, or .NET, things may not work accordingly. You may ask to work on UI as well. You may ask, well, in database as well, because your billing is high and expectation is quite big. So make sure, if you are full stack, if you know two three technology at a time, then life will be easier for you. Otherwise you have to learn. So, and also there is one negative point of ENY is they don't have long time on site. On site is very difficult, very less compared to TCS, Wipro, Infosys, Accenture, and these days it is quite less. So the next question is why, when, whether freshers should join. Answer is yes, freshers should definitely join. So suppose one person has offer of TCS and both ENY. So I would prefer to join ENY in this case, because if you join TCS and resign after 2 3 years, your opportunity TCS will definitely, they don't rehire, so that opportunity is gone. But if you join ENY, then later you join TCS, there is a chance that you come back to ENY. So that option is there. ENY is still rehire. And one more point is they are giving slightly better salary for freshers, so definitely you should join. And in ENY, GDS, there is a possibility that you can work in multiple cutting edge technology like blockchain, Gen AI, machine learning. So there is a possibility, cloud. So definitely freshers should try. Uh, but again, you may not get a good client project if you are fresher. So that you have to understand that you have to work yourself, or maybe a POC or internal project, because for freshers getting a good client is slightly difficult, because they have very selective client and that client expectation is quite high. They are usually hire experienced folk with 3 to 5 years, even more experience. So freshers, it's definitely a green signal, but again you have to think that you may not get a immediate good client or customer. Now who should join ENY? So this is my personal opinion, it might be different from you. So if you are a tech guy who is absolutely a coder, or if you are experienced in tools, so I believe don't join ENY. You will be feeling suffocated, because when you join ENY you will see bunch of people, they are from lot of other companies, and they don't know much about technology. They are here to learn technology, and they try to implement those. So for those, there are a lot of people I have seen 5 6 years experience. They worked as a business analyst, do not have much exposure to say technology. They try to learn Python, and they try to join a project. So if you see though your colleagues are struggling at 5 years, 6 year, 10 years experience, in this company, so you may see these scenarios. So if you are a hardcore technical guy, don't join ENY. That is my suggestion. And if you're not a full stack, don't join ENY. Your life will be miserable. And There's one good thing I believe about these companies. They are more focusing on AI, machine learning. So if you are someone who wants to do research, who is already doing research, some research, published some research paper, has done MTech or MS in those technologies, Gen AI, cloud computing, data science, or having had done PhD or something, they can join. But if you are normal, like service based industry guy or working in a product based company, I believe this company will not be able to satisfy in terms of technology. You will feel suffocated. So that is my overall, person, uh, views about ENY. And I believe it's a good company with good culture. The culture is more or less related to Accenture. If I have to, like you know like if you're in Accenture, if you join ENY, you'll feel almost same company, in terms of company culture. And also it is the work from home things are still there. You still, like, they are in working in hybrid mode. It is not so strict company policy and everything, like in and out is not that much fixed. So there are a lot of good things. But if you are, again, like if you're a hardcore techie guy, I mean, you have to think otherwise. You have to check a lot of reviews. You have to ask your interviewer, about their project and work. So then you can decide. So that is all. If you are working in ENY, or if you are planning to join ENY GDS, then do let me know in the comment below.